But yeah, I'm just surprised that the Swain didn't end up moving a little bit sooner. His now, Jana, no flash.
Heal, flash, auto attack, first blood. Froggy is the one to pick that one up, and Evelyn Bot is in the area. Descent does drop the Rift Guard. They're going to look to engage. It's going to be a Cataclysm getting dropped down, but Vagar got pulled into the Cataclysm, which could be trouble.
Ooh.
Down goes Evelyn Bot. Down goes the Vagar as well. Hugs Descent and the support on the one side, but they're going to be the ones to get engaged on. Ultimate coming out for the Malphite onto the Vagar, but the Vagar is still okay for right now. He's going to try to flash the rest of his team as Evelyn Bot is on the look. The Caitlyn was left all alone on the backside, and no free hugs is now left all alone with everybody else from Farmingdale.
That's game!
Both of them are level 4. No Zillion bombs are available right now, which means French Delta Force is going to be able to get in. There's the flash, but the flag and drag lands, and El Unicornio in a lot of trouble. French Delta Force not able to get the kill. That one's going to go over to Uricon. Vagar doesn't quite know where he is. Has spotted him out. Here comes the Jarvan over the wall. Multiple members over the wall now as they're trying to get as much damage as possible. French Delta Force able to get the first kill. Now, bearing down on to the Xayah. They are going to get revived by the Zillion, but weak side. It just means they're a sitting duck to give more kills.
There's nothing. Yeah, they quite literally.
Malphite getting in there on multiple members here. Weak side is now starting to join the fight here. Somebody's in stasis, somebody's resurrecting, but it doesn't just matter. They're just all meant to die to Vagar. It's a double kill for weak side, a double kill for French Delta Force. They get a kill back.
Leave the old man alone!
But they are going to be able to close out onto the Zillion. The cherry on top for Froggy and Farmingdale State College.
Holding on to this stock at 160.
Oh yeah, both these guys are just decently heavyweight. Gonna be seeing very large percentages. And the back ear from that fat mansion to take it right there.
I see it too. Oh, good forward air tipper there. Hope should be able to recover from this unless you get countered. Dags with a huge opener there.
But Splat says, listen, I need you to get right back off stage. It's nice that you want to get here. You gotta go.
And the block, I think, actually helps Splat there. Again, falling because the second hit of that.
I didn't get to show out last time the way I wanted to. Well, I'll do it.
He's all warmed up now, but he will drop that stock this time around. Gordo up tilt, a week where they went to...
Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here. We are live. Little Mountain West action coming at ya. I'm FBI Tugboat, and the incredibly animated caster to my left is Time to Light. We'll have his cam and more here ready in just a little bit, but we're looking at a little semifinals action going down right now. Nevada and Boise State going forth doing battle. That is an 11-1 Boise State taking on a 7-5 Nevada. What we're about to watch here is San Jose State University. That's the Spartans taking on the Air Force Falcons. Both of these teams, numbers 2 seed and 3 seed respectively, between the Spartans and the Air Force Falcons. 9-3 there for the Spartans. A fantastic run so far and a great end of season finish, folks. 8-4 for the Falcons here. Not that much worse than the Spartans on the other side. TTL, just pop up and say something when you can hear me and you're ready to go as well, sir. I'm going to go through, talk a little bit about how these two teams got here. We're about to get into the future. The present is about to become the future as of right now, but let's talk about the past a little bit more and how we got here, folks. Big runs for both of these teams throughout the middle of the season. Back-to-back wins for both San Jose State University. That was against Colorado State 3-0 and 3-2 against Nevada. And I do believe, folks, the best news we've heard tonight, TTL is here and he is live. I can hear you. Okay. Okay, so we're here. The producer can't quite hear TTL, but I can. So we're halfway there, folks. I'm just going to go through a little bit of this more while they figure out that one behind the scenes. San Jose State University. Again, that was Colorado State, Nevada. Back-to-back wins right there a little while earlier, following that up with a 3-2 victory against Air Force, which is, of course, the last time these two teams played. Are we good on stream there, Colton? Got it. So, I can hear TTL, but wasn't sure that you guys could. Let's get this one started here between these two teams in the semifinal. Best of 7 as well, folks. Best of 7, a little bit of an extended game here, an extended series, I guess I should say. We got Ace, Too Many Pelican. How many Pelican? And that's Too Many Pelican. And Cream of the crop. They rise to the top over here for the left side. That is San Jose State University. Air Force Falcons, that's Orion, that's Chowder, and that is Evan.
Already you're seeing Air Force Academy have some difficulties in their own zone. And it seems like they've been clearing a little bit better, but they only go about as far as midfield before San Jose State just quickly shuts them down and starts an offensive bit of pressure once more. This is going to be a problem for them if that doesn't stop anytime soon. We're already seeing it somewhat improve, only for Chowder, again, to be beat in the backline.
Yeah, pressure like this already, and early Cream as well, so San Jose State University's main shooter right here, kind of pensive to make that decision. That decision going to make that player, at least on that play. Still tied up here, about a minute into this Mountain West competition.
Yeah, and it seems like much better start for San Jose State, already kicking away and kicking off with a goal. Too many Pelican, no more will it be too little goals, as San Jose State will start up 1-0.
Nicely done. Too Many Pelican hit off the sideboard right there from Cream. Sets this one up perfectly. In a minute, 8 seconds, we find our first. Now, talking about how often we're going to see these Lightning McQueen cars. It's not the Lightning McQueen model that bothers me. It's the fact that the eyes seem like they follow you, TTL. It's quite unnerving. The uncanny valley, that's what people talk about sometimes.
I haven't seen if the eyes end up following the ball if you have ball cam on. I didn't end up seeing that animation. It seems like Too Many Pelican is following the ball multiple times over. Puns back and forth with the name, but it just seems like San Jose State has too many skill.
Too Many Pelican with too many shot attempts right now. Cream setting both of these up so far here, folks. See? They follow you. They follow you, people. 3 minutes, 33 seconds so far into this one. And yeah, the Falcons right now looking like the high-flying birds their name would suggest.
Yeah, they're having some problems, to say the very least. And more importantly, they aren't able to clear their zone. Now we're finally seeing them with some level of offensive pressure, only for that same car to clear the zone once more. Chowder makes decent contact in midfield, nice double tap off the back wall, and now you're seeing some level of offensive pressure. Evan off the corner, they're beat once more, that time Ace to clear.
Nice little noser up right here, bicycle kick from Chowder. Cream trying to set this one up again. Setting up, calling the matchmaker out here. Cream is getting everything done and paired up. Cream now showing what they can do on the defensive side of the ball, flipping, twisting, and turning through the air, but can't quite make that second connection. That's not going to be enough right now to clear this one all the way out against Air Force until this hit here. That's Too Many Pelican up top, Too Many Pelican now down bottom.
The two differences we're seeing between the defense of Air Force and the defense, or the lack thereof, for Air Force is they're not able to clear their own zone. And when we see San Jose State on their own defensive side, they have control. That's not the case for Air Force. Nice bump from Cream, and Orion wasn't expecting their teammate to be pushed out of position, so had a bad jump towards it. Exactly halfway, minus 2 seconds, into this game, it's 3-0 San Jose State.
Yeah, it was a perfect, just little play. Doesn't always have to be fast, loud demolitions right in your face. Just a tiny little tap right there, and you're really just spelling the difference between like reading this one out or double committing, which obviously defensive teams don't want to do. So, third goal, and really the best earned one so far.
Yeah.
Air Force kind of giving up the first two.
And you're seeing some problems start to develop for Air Force. They're not able to clear their own zone as quickly as they'd like, and they're spending too much time in their own zone without any control of the ball. Sometimes it is better to build out of your own zone, like we've seen them do once or twice, especially like San Jose State has done. But when you try to do that and you don't have the control to do it, you run into this problem where you just have a directly competing bit of clearance back by San Jose State. That happens once more here. Nice pass to at least mitigate some damage, but Evan, that passes, well, to Chowder, but Chowder not in a good position to end up scoring.
Yeah, weird hit off of this one. That's going to end up nothing more than a pass right here, and almost a shot if Evan hadn't cleared this one up. Get the eraser out quick. Fix that mistake. Second tap right there. Nobody in the middle, but Air Force has learned their lesson this time until too many Pelican get involved, but that's not going to be enough right here, and this one's just a little bit too high.
Third man too far back. Good rotation there from San Jose State. They don't over-aggress. Cream, that will put this off the back wall. Wants a double tap opportunity. Will have it, but Chowder will deny just narrowly on the back line. Ace a second attempt. Too many Pelican just the same. Wants another touch. Will end up finding the pitching touch down, but Orion, nice readjustment to at least get some level of contact on the ball to mitigate some of that pressure on the defensive side.
Second hit coming in for Cream. Just kind of maintains defensive possession until Chowder got up there and interrupted. A great hit there from Evan. One pinch back the other way right now. Ace and the rest of San Jose State. It's going to be enough to continue the pressure. That's a nice pass and hit from Orion from the galactic belt up top. Jeez Rees, they come down. Not sure if anybody was anticipating this one.
Oh, and especially Ace wasn't. They had it on the front of their car, and usually with the Dominus, you don't have to worry about a pinch like that, but when you have it just off the front of your hood, that pinch will almost every time go against you. You have a Fennec or an Octane, not the case, but in this case, the Dominus ends up being diffed, and it's a problem. Almost a second, Ace will deny this one. Chowder a follow-up off the back wall. Evan, however, will be beat. There's too many Pelican to clear the zone. They want a second touch. They won't find it, but neither will the Knight and Queen of Orion.
Evan down bottom, nice
Wow.
second hit, weird defensive look. Chowder with the little nose up top. Second player missed, third player gets blocked. And now with 22 seconds left, this is Air Force really coming alive the last 60 seconds or so. Orion tries it again, but I do believe the great slow dirge of time has been sung, and there's just not enough of it for Air Force to come back at this. Maybe if they snap one in right now. Yeah, definitely not going to be enough. Not for two. Maybe one, not two. 4-1, 3-2. Oh, that would have been it. Add 10 seconds to this game, TTL. Add 10 seconds. And this is a game that is still going on.
Yeah, San Jose State looked much better in the first 4 minutes than they did in the last minute. Air Force Academy really soaring to new heights in that final 60 seconds. But again, you said it, just not enough time on the clock. They would have had to think to themselves, speed. We are speed. Just to score twice in that same level of time. Didn't happen. And I got to say, it was a much closer game than on paper it seemed. Those 3 goals were very well assisted by Cream. All 3 assists, by the way, as you can see, with shots for everybody except for Too Many Pelican. And ironically enough, saves for everybody except for Too Many Pelican. And then Too Many Pelican scores 2 goals on 3 shots. Nice little shooting percentage there.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Ace with 1-on-2 right there. Gotta say, Air Force, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. First 4 minutes, last 60 seconds, completely different stories. What that tells me is this best-of-7 format right here, the longer extended series, is going to go more so for the way of Air Force Academy, or the Air Force Falcons, excuse me. This is a squad that very, very obviously just needed to get warmed up a little bit. Maybe whatever it was, comms, just a straight-up, like, just ball handling skills and whatnot, aerial acrobatics. Something needed to get warmed up right here, and I do believe the Falcons figured this one out. It's going to take continued pressure, but also like an evolving game plan from the Spartans to put down these Falcons in Game 2 in the same similar 2-goal fashion.
Yeah, the best case scenario is what I was talking about with Air Force did indeed improve. They didn't spend too much time in their defensive zone. When they did, they were the ones in control rather than having to really chaotically try and regain control. And as we move into this second game, again, a best-of-7, now's the greatest time to recuperate. Show that you have indeed improved. That may not be the best way to do it. Evan, great save on the back line, goes bar and away towards Orion. Follow up from Chowder, no one's home. Orion would have had a shot opportunity, but they ran out of boost in the midfield. That big mid-boost ended up running away. Too many Pelican. Oh my goodness, almost a opportunity to shut that down for Air Force, but they cannot convert.
Is decent, clear, a noser up, just continues the trajectory of this ball right now. Yeah, that was not for lack of pressure there from the Spartans, San Jose State University squad. Falcons just seem to have stood up. Now across the middle, Too Many Pelicans going to have a shot, and that's a little bit too high for the defending Air Force squad. 4:21 on the clock. San Jose strikes first.
Chowder reads this first ball well, but Evan was expecting more of a touch off the 50, and because of it, they turned back. And as soon as you turn away from that, you are in the worst possible position, and it's an easy goal. That is put away just about every day of the week. Very well placed. It's not the easiest of goals. You can't just put it on goal and it's going in every time. It has to be well placed, and it was. Good shot, good goal, and a good start once more for San Jose.
The positioning and the speed. It is a slower ball that ends up in the same exact spot. I think Evan has a solid chance, at least to take a whack at this one. No dice here. 60 seconds in. One score lead, easily undone at any given time, but I'm going to need to see a squad out of the Air Force that's simply not doing things like that.
62 seconds
Look
gone.
at this. All three, all three players are like a just spitting distance of each other, just not covering this field whatsoever.
Oh, and what I think just happened is I'm like 90% sure Chowder was the one that ended up having the centering ball. They ended up misdirecting it. They wanted to clear up the wall instead of clearing into the middle, and they put it into the dead center of the pitch where your high school coach told you every day of the week never to put it. Orion follow-up. It'll go onto the floor, but it is saved easily by Cream. Nice defense, but good follow-up from Chowder. No one there to follow, at least not close enough.
On the right side, at least. Decent position, not far enough back. I do like to see the Air Force Academy willing to...
Oh!
Back. What a bouncer! Chowder gets a nose down on this at 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go. This has just been some...
miles an hour.
A couple of goals now made off just some really weird touches. Past two of them.
Yeah, that is a chaotic one. It ends up going 50 into a ground pinch and 61 miles an hour where the car is barely moving. Too Many Pelican barely makes contact and doesn't get enough. Seems like Orion is indeed speed. Just about a game later and about a minute and 40 seconds later than they needed to be. Slots it as perfectly as you could have. Any further right, it goes post and away. Any further left, Too Many Pelican will save that every day of the week. Again, good placement. Both of these teams very even to start off this game.
Yeah, Air Force doing great off the kickoff as well. Yeah, maybe a slower start to begin with, but perhaps that is just a theme. Second half kind of team, or second game, which is even better for a best of 7 series, but they're standing up right now.
Double commit on the offensive side. A little bit of a discombobulation for San Jose State, but nothing that'll end up costing them a goal, at least not right away. Chowder ends up getting 50 out of position, but Orion's still there and wants a follow-up, but Too Many Pelican will get the touch they're looking for. Good demo in the midfield will shut down the passing attempt, and Orion able to gain control, and Air Force Academy spend very little time in their defensive zone. Good clearance and with good time.
Nicely done. Orion gets there, but teammate perfectly reading this one. San Jose State getting the offensive. There you go. Nice hit. That's going to be a great clear. Now down bottom. Cream over to the corner. Too Many Pelican tries to come off here with a weird jump off the wall.
What a pass.
That was a fantastic opportunity. Chowder and the Air Force Academy Falcons again showing up, making their name known.
I don't think that pass could have been any better by Evan, and Chowder's in the perfect position to convert off of it. If he's any further back, then just like that, San Jose State end up getting a contact or a bit of contact, and it goes into the corner. And he goes perfectly on 81 miles an hour on the radar gun, and perfect, to say the very least, for Air Force. They go down 2-0 to start off the game in 62 seconds, and the next 90, they end up scoring 3 to take the lead. Really good comeback to form here for the Falcons, and more importantly, it's a statement showing we are still in this best of 7.
Absolutely, absolutely. The best of 5 games were for the regular season. This is the postseason, folks. The semifinals going down right now. Ball to the middle. The first demolitions we have seen in this series so far, I believe, is only 2 in the first game. Now, again, Air Force tripling up in the corner right here, easily taking this one away as they're trying to get in the offensive. Weird hit, and can't be surprised when Too Many Pelican gets another pass off.
I think this is a pinch off the back wall when he gets it. Yeah, it is. Orion's not expecting it. You can't blame him. Ace, a really good follow-up touch as well. I love this series, and it has been a game in 3 minutes, and we still have at least 2 more games plus this one to play. Maybe 4 or 5 if Air Force end up following up on their promises in these last couple minutes.
Yeah, and they have been making some fat promises so far and really paying off on it. Like you said, an insane touch off the wall. It's completely hard to read, and perhaps that's just a theme so far. This Air Force Academy team, Cream, nice little stop block right there. Not even letting it get close. Chowder now trying to crash the gate or set up something right here. Ace, easy takeaway right now, but Evans in position. A little demo on the way. Something for their efforts is this is now San Jose getting the offensive until Chowder the takeaways. Nice shot, at least forcing the hand of the defender. Scream sets it back on up for Ace. This is a little bit too high, but actually gets tripped up, and Too Many Pelican. Again, flipping, twisting, and turning. Finds this one nose down.
Question is, how early was Too Many Pelican in the air? We'll see right now he gets up. Orion and Evan both jumped earlier than he did, and both got beat to the ball. Great follow-up by Too Many Pelican, and a really important goal for San Jose. You have 75 seconds left in this clock. You have a lead with that same time remaining, and more importantly, you've shut down that attempted comeback into a lead for Air Force. Their momentum is gone. It's out the window.
100% agreed. A big run started by San Jose State gets answered by the Air Force Academy. Now they find themselves down by 1 as the lead changed yet again. Later part of this game. 60-second drill started right now. Chowder to the middle.
50 seconds remaining. Things are becoming more and more of a challenge for Air Force. Nice clearance by Orion, but they can't follow up, at least not immediately. They do end up getting another touch. That'll elevate in towards the center, but too high for anybody to follow up directly. And Evan, ooh, a missed touch. That's a problem. That'll be cleared by San Jose. Orion, way to keep things out of too much danger. You don't get enough of a follow-up. You don't have boost. You don't have that midfield control. More importantly, you don't have the shots on goal you need.
Over the side, Chowder easily answering this one, trying to get on the other side of it themselves as Air Force Academy members are not fully in position. That one now Tangles is tantalizing right there. So Ryan shoots in, actually gets a hit off the corner. All 3 members of San Jose are there to block this one away. And now pressure going the other way. This is a Air Force Academy squad's got to get on the other side of the field right now. Nice pinch, another weird one. It's happened before, will it? Nah, it's coming back the other way. Still got to keep this one aloft.
It's not going to happen. Great backflip. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How to get faked in 3 seconds by Cream. And San Jose, they owned the center of the pitch. You can see on the stats, they had all the shots. Actually, they only won by 0 shots in terms of how many were on goal. They had more saves, ironically enough, considering how dominant Air Force were in those middle couple minutes. But the problem was, Air Force just could not put the pressure on those final 60 seconds. And last game, they owned the final 60. This game, they seemed like they were out to lunch.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. Entirely fair. Another stat coming at you guys. Every goal in this series so far has been assisted. That was all 4 from the first game, all 7 here from the second game. Only player in this one not to get an assist was the assist king of game number 1 for San Jose State, and that was Cream. Interesting stuff so far, and I gotta say, a real pendulum swing, a real back and forth, even if we still got the same winner in game number 2 of this best-of-7 series. Time to light.
Yeah, and even the conversation around assists and the team play we're seeing. I was going to bring this up with 2 minutes to go, but it didn't end up happening until, well, the final goal. It was the weird conversation of how people are looking for more passes than they are direct shots. And a lot of times in some collegiate matches, you'll see individual players who happen to have a higher individual skill than the rest of their team go for those individualistic plays. They're going for mechanical skill. They're going for those types of shots. That hasn't been the case in this series, except for a couple opportunities that have been dead center in front of the goal. And that's completely understandable. I don't think that's going to change in the series at all either. I love the team play. I like the fact they're very coordinated and they're not going for solo ego plays. This is a great series and a very close one. 3-1 in game 1, 4-3 in game 2. San Jose State is up 2-0, but it does not seem like it.
Yeah, 3-1 game 1, another second on the clock. We just seen 3-2 and a kickoff, but that's happening in a different alternate universe right now, I suppose. Different timeline, TTL. I have to agree 100%. I want to get this in right quick because this just seems like the individual plays come in when a team makes mistakes and when both teams are kind of a true neutral. Oh my goodness, talk about getting out of the way. That's Too Many Pelican right now. Fantastic hit. Cream gets on the board. Game 2 with an assist. That is all 3 members of San Jose State getting a touch on this ball.
You're talking about individualistic plays coming off the back of mistakes. It was a double commit into one bumping the other between, I believe, Orion and Chowder in front of the net, which meant they did not end up getting the save they were looking for. Orion actually almost got a shot on goal there. Chowder, nice back pass to Evan, who wasn't really expecting as fast of a touch, but will still get up to it. Flip reset, looking for the touch, maybe a ground pinch, misses both opportunities, and it will be an inconsequential start to the offense for Air Force.
Chowder. Keeping this one towards the middle, tries for a little bit of a pre-jump. Is beaten there, loses the 50. Evan, a little save. Cream coming up for it, but it's a fast angle and a hard one to land over the top. Orion off backboard. That's just a little bit too far out for the teammate to actually have made a play off of that backboard shot.
What a pass from Too Many Pelican. If Cream didn't get demoed there, that was a goal just about every day of the week, but unfortunately he does. Chowder, sorry, I do not believe ended up finding the flip reset they were looking for. And a mistake in the midfield. Orion now has a shot on goal, but Ace will deny that opportunity with Evan being demoed in the corner. Things become more and more difficult for Air Force. Everybody being shot out of the sky. The Air Force losing dogfights left and right. It's a problem for the United States military.
Yeah, it seriously is. And Chowder just walks the dog all the way inside off the back of, well, I mean, 3 demos last 60 seconds or so. We've only had 2 per game. We've had 3 the past 60 here in game number 3. Getting much more physical as Evan gets to watch this one go all the way in from the teammate.
The ironic part was, Air Force was the one that was demoed, and yet they seemed like they were the ones with all 5 members of the 5 people that were currently alive on the pitch. It was a very weird span of 15 seconds or so, to say the very least. But one the Air Force are more than happy to take control of. Chowder does not need a touch on this, but just barely would have. Luckily, the 4th defender makes his presence known fairly early, and will deny that goal to give San Jose the lead back.
Yeah, weird angle right there. Very easily could have been one. Now rolls right in front of Evan. Takes a nice kickoff right here, and then gives up possession immediately to a fully boosted Cream. This is dangerous. Okay. But yeah, then this is the second shot. No need to clean that one up on the second side. That is Ace getting it from Too Many Pelican. This, I believe, was going and didn't need to be assisted, but hit nonetheless. I love that Cream and Ace both go up for it as if they're going to block this one away. Up now 2-1 is San Jose State University.
Both Ace and Cream had different goals when they jumped, though. That's the funny part. Cream was jumping in order to get in front of Orion, who was going for the save, and Ace was jumping to try and shove it into the back of the net so Orion couldn't get enough of a touch. Weird coordination. I thought Cream was going to try and save it. I've seen that today. I cast a high school Rocket League earlier. It was a weird game, to say the very least. It was a game of throwing after game number 1 that they won 15-1. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
It was not close, but this one much closer and much more contentious. Ace in the air, not looking for the flip reset, was faking the fact that they were, and gives their team enough time to now recuperate. Cream maybe looking for a pass, doesn't get the shot they were looking for, and Chowder will clear.
Speaking of, Chowder, no boost to be spoken of, gives up possession to teammate. First one up, Evan tries to get there, can't quite. Defender there, now backboard. This is going to bounce right directly down until Cream has something to say about it. Now, run out to this corner. Evan, Orion, that was almost money. A little bit lower, and Too Many Pelican, who was already in the air, may not have gotten to it. Orion, yet again, just a little bit too high right here. Evan getting on the good side of this ball. Things happy for the squad. This is an offense that's lasted several shots right now. Can't quite get it down. Chowder can't. Teammate was almost there. What would have been one of the faster goals of the series so far.
Yeah, the defensive rotations for San Jose State are what's keeping them in the lead right now. They're looking much better in terms of getting around and behind the ball on their defensive side when somebody else is going for it. That's exactly what's allowing them to stay on the defense for so long without giving up a goal. Not the case for Air Force, just barely will Chowder make contact with that one. Follow-up is there. Orion, good rotation back to keep it away, and Evan will end up getting the following touch. There for Orion once more, not on net, nor will it even be a danger for Ace.
60 seconds. Speaking of, Ace rolling this one out, wins the 50 against the ground, kind of hits the little mini pinch right there against the opponent. Now no boost to be spoken of. Cream goes for positioning and not boost. The correct decision right here, and is enough off of the side to be able to block this one away. Ace now, bouncing play. And this is an Air Force Academy squad that's got to get this out, and does. Wow, just really threading the needle right there, TTL.
Yeah, Evan getting the ground pinch off the backboard, clearing things away. This time they had a minute to clear things out compared to the 75 seconds of last game with that 1-goal deficit. It's not going to matter here. 2 goals now to come back from for the Air Force Academy with 25 seconds remaining on that ever so ticking clock at the top of the screen. Problems, to say the very least, for the Falcons.
Sands of time slipping through this hourglass, TTL. 26 seconds, 13 seconds apiece per goal, and that's just to tie it up. It can happen. It is a Herculean effort required from an Air Force Falcons squad that just hasn't seemed to have been able to crack the defense, San Jose in the first 4.5 minutes of this game, and now we're just in garbage time wasting type situations for San Jose State. No real passes necessary, no real shots required to win this game. Number 3, and quickly put Air Force Academy on that series point as well in this best of 7.
Yeah, this is something to come back from for Air Force. Down 3-0, reverse sweep already on the cards. And you can say 1 goal, 1 save, and about 9 seconds of a difference, and we'd be looking at a completely separate series here in this best of 7. It could be 2-1 back the other way. It could be 2-1 for San Jose State. It just wouldn't be Air Force already forcing themselves into what would be a full reverse sweep. But this is a challenge, to understate the obvious. But it's one that they have to start to come back from early in this 4th game, because if they don't, it's just not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, 100% agree, and they only have one more 5-minute game to make it happen. Taking a look at the numbers here, and yeah, this is, 10 total shots hitting double digits out here for San Jose State. Only 4 allowed on the other side for Air Force. But you'll notice, TTL, every single one of these goals assisted yet again. That is 3 goal games in a row right now. These are 2 teams that are not having problems coordinating on their goals. It's just one of them that needs a couple more per game.
Yeah, and you're seeing Air Force consistently have good offensive presence. You were talking about that one bit of offensive pressure. I think they had 6 or 7 shots on goal, at least shots, maybe not all counted on goal by the Rocket League engine that we know is ever so correct and never has any problems whatsoever. But if that changes, if we move into this game and they score one of those, you're looking at not only San Jose State not having a complete counterattack that ended up scoring them their 2nd goal, by the way, but also them maybe not having that follow-up goal that ended up giving them the 2-goal lead with the insurance goal in 30 seconds. We'd be looking at overtime right now, if not an actual win for Air Force in a 2-1 series.
Again, fantastic points, but possibly a different timeline right now. Series point, game on the line right here for the Air Force Academy. Do they stand up? Do they come back right here? Well, find out this and more in the next few minutes of Rocket League. 15 seconds into this one, Ryan picking it up. Little demo action again. Speaking of demos, that was San Jose demo driver's seat all game last game, right?
Yeah.
7-2 or something like that.
Oh, I don't keep track of the individual demos. I just take a guesstimate based off how many people got blown up in respawns. I do think that Air Force were keeping a little bit better track of keeping themselves in the game while having the temporary man disadvantage for 3 seconds while you respawn, but it hasn't been all that much of a consequential point. Nice save in the back line, denied by Chowder. Follow-up almost there. Cream was going for a bump instead of the ball, and almost found it, but in the end it's still saved away and kept out of harm's way.
Speaking of harm's way, Air Force need to just set this one up a little bit more. Just weird positioning as of right now. Again, I respect keeping the player back and not wanting to give up easy goals, especially in a true neutral situation, but you also got to set up your offensive player a little bit more right there, because far it just... Oh, no! Oh, no. It would also help to play better defense when you do get back here right now and the pressure starts to mount. Evan up to it, and if this is an offensive goal, this would be beautiful. Unfortunately, Evan right there just putting it right in the breadbasket, again, of a San Jose State University member.
As a wise man once said, so close and yet ever so far for Evan. Just narrowly, the touch could have been different. They couldn't have found the second touch and it would have been fine in the midfield without Kareem sitting inside of their goal. And yet it's another goal almost being set up there. Nobody, at least directly their follow-up. Ace, nice touch, will keep it in the offensive zone and keep this pressure on. Will do so again, almost finds a 3rd touch, but Chowder ends up finding 2 separate bumps and will mitigate that pressure that was set in. Almost a follow-up touch for them as well, but it's Evan going up towards Orion, but somebody has to get back because that could have been a pinch away. Yeah,
a very, very good point. Needed to stretch the field, and this one Air Force Academy does. This could very easily be an offense against them right now. Nice shot. Ace realizes it. Gets right up there to block this one in a way. A bouncing play. Nicely done. Perfect pass. Perfect shot. Evan. 2nd goal shot. 1st goal made in.
Evan comes screaming across the screen as well. Again, a fast shot, for Air Force. 77 miles an hour on the radar gun there. About 120-ish kph. To write home about. You gotta say, it's looked much better for Air Force when they've had persistent offensive pressure. That one, it's Evan coming out of left field, nobody really expecting it. Chowder clears the zone, finds a 50. This is a problem for San Jose State. Too many Pelicans, the only one back, needs to make a good save, and with the Jaeger, my favorite car in the game, by the way, will clear that one away. Follow-up touch, though, Chowder makes contact, and yet again, too many Pelican will clear that away.
Orion. Nice setup, nice demo previously. Teammates just get their well-aimed and well-positioned shots. Oh my god, that was almost perfectly slotted. Orion on the backside. Picking this one up, gonna buy teammates a little bit of time. A really nice second hit off the ceiling right here. Now backboards play, but again, there's just nobody there. I mean, these are perfect setups here, TTL, but there's just nobody there to open the door.
At a waterfall. This is a problem. No contact originally made. Oh my goodness, misread by the defense. Air Force Academy not having that one. Who's on the back line here? It was Chowder who wasn't expecting it to go on the waterfall. And Too Many Pelican. It is, I believe, the first unassisted goal of the series that will end up going home. They assisted themselves.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy in the series so far.
Don't count it.
Gonna
It's
see
still
if we can
1-0.
get to-
Or it's still 1-1.
Okay, good. Loved it. Love it. 2 minutes in right here. No themes broken thus far. Ryan. Speaking of the theme being up in the faces of the San Jose State University Spartans. To the side. Back down. Ace with another weird hit right there. That's going to be enough for him to take possession off the bottom. Direct off to the side. Nice hit. This is even on point as well, so Too Many Pelican's going to have to cover up that one. Now gets off the wall and back down to it after I believe that was Falcons member is just going a little bit too fast.
You see, it's Air Force Academy, again, not being able to have that midfield control. We're seeing San Jose State look like the San Jose State of the first 4 minutes of game number 1, and you can see it again. Ace, a nice little slot up and over 2 separate players. The speed, to say the very least, on that one. Too Many Pelican, again, will assist it, so our theme, at least, is mostly kept intact, but it's Ace just getting up and over both players and sending that away.
Yeah, Evan down bottom just doesn't have the right positioning to really get up and off of this wall, and so only one player is able to go for it. This is a nice little setup off a kickoff, and then a weird hit from Evan off to the corner. Buys his teammates a little bit of time, and San Jose kind of hesitates to kind of pounce onto this one. Both teams just kind of stuck, like, looking at each other a little bit now. Enough. 60 seconds to go right here. Air Force needs 2 of them, and again, the 4th man on defense shows that ugly face again.
At least it's looking a little bit better for San Jose. Their defense has been consistent all day. Nice touch. And again, the 50 goes the way of the Spartans. This one may end up going into the back of the net. Cream does not get the side boost. If they did, they would have scored. But again, alternate universe, alternate time. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybes are not absolutes. Oh. There is an absolutely great shot into a better save, and another one to keep the ball away. San Jose State, a Herculean effort on the back line. Their defense, a brick wall to understate what may very well be the best defense we've seen this week.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. Bouncing play, but the defense can't stand up. Orion gets a nose down into this Chowder with the assist. Theme stays alive. In 17 seconds is what this best-of-7 series comes down to. Yes, San Jose State University is up 3-0 on the series, but this Air Force Falcon squad has no give-up left in them.
They are not out of this one just yet. Ace gets up, will have just enough boost to make contact with it, and then get back for the corner. Chowder wants to follow, will only win the 50 though. 9 seconds left, this will decide the series, whether we head to OT in game number 4, or it's a clean sweep, not clean, but a sweep to say the very least, for San Jose State. Chowder needs to keep this one up, but the 50 will send it straight to the ground. San Jose State will run away with this 4th game and to the series.
Crazy stuff. Crazy. I mean, if you... This is one of those series, and it's such a classic thing for casters to say, but you run this series 10 times, I don't think San Jose State University wins all 4 cleanly more than just once or twice of that. This is a fantastic team that performed immaculately here after just a couple of mistakes in game 1 and 2, really. But this is an incredibly, incredibly close series, and the Air Force Academy just, like... They had it and then they didn't. They were passing the ball and doing fantastic, and then they passed the ball and there would be nobody there to even accept it on the other side. And then, like you said, first 4 minutes of game 1 looks very, very similar to like the last 3 minutes or so here of game number 4. So it's just about identifying these mistakes and kind of shutting down the very, very small, almost like clerical errors they were making in their spreadsheet.
It's always so close in some of these series where you said it is maybe the statistical insignificance of only running the series one time. But again, it's Air Force looking really good in individual instances and individual plays, but not actually having the goals they needed because they didn't force enough mistakes from San Jose. If we look at that a completely different direction, if San Jose is forced out of position, if they don't have nearly as good of rotates, I think it's Air Force Academy plays a more offensive-centric team. They win that series by 6 goals a game. But they just played a team that had too good of defense and really mitigated those problems in the midfield rather than forcing themselves to do on the defensive side. Very good series from San Jose State. Very well deserved to move on to the grand finals.
Yeah, if this, like, kind of build on what TTL was saying, if this
Yeah.
was like an offensive-minded squad from the Air Force Academy like earlier on in this game, instead of just consistently always being as even-handed as they can all the way across there, and then sometimes when the defense comes, not even necessarily having a player across the midfield that it could even take a pass if they got like an errant ball out of the way. But regardless, we're going to be looking at the finals here in just a little minute. Now, guys, got to say, yeah, so we're looking at Game 4 in the Boise State-Nevada match as well. Boise State up 3-0 right there. We got a simple 5-minute game to determine that one. Possibly. Comeback's never impossible here. And as a Las Vegan myself, never going to count out the University of Nevada at Reno. We'll be back with you guys in a little bit whenever that series is over, and to have the winner of that play against the San Jose State University squad. Back with you guys in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back. Short break it was indeed. Myself, FBI Tugboat, here with TTL, or Time to Light, here, ready to bring you the finals here from Mountain West, guys. Very excited for it, TTL. How we feeling?
I'm excited. Boise State looked really good in their game against Nevada. Nice 4-0, a nice little comeback in game 4 as well. We saw that over in the Boise State stream. And then here, it was San Jose State running away with the series, but only in terms of game score. The individual games by themselves were not all that dominant one way or the other.
It was a 4-0, but it's going from top to bottom. 3-1, 4-3, 3-1, 3-2. So a couple of one-score differences. No overtimes, though, there for the Air Force Academy Falcons. They end their season, unfortunately dropping in the semifinals. Not 100% sure if we're going to be playing a third and fourth place match there for placements or whatnot. At the absolute least, they'll be tied for third. But now, yes, a Boise State squad that has proven just gargantuan indeed all throughout the regular season here for Esports U. Is 11-1, and that one loss was off of a forfeit recent week. You know, these players are students, and they sometimes have other of the obligations and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was a forfeit to Nevada earlier that they just handedly dealt with there in a 4-game sweep. Last 2 times these teams have faced each other in regular season, they were both 3-0 sweeps for the side of Boise State.
Fun facts, Ace back on the Lightning McQueen car, and with the Dynaco decal this time around. I have never seen the McQueen car with anything other than the casual red rusties, so I didn't even know it was a thing until about 9 seconds ago, and I shot early by Too Many Pelican. That one would be denied in the back line. Ace keeps it in, but not too far.
You guys have seen Ace, Too Many Pelican, and Cream. This is Preston, Dirtho, and Woozy showing face here. The Boise State squad. Too Many Pelican across the middle right there. Woozy easily takes this one away. This is going backboard, and that's a good read on that one. Kind of getting up, interrupting this play as Boise State was anticipating it falling elsewhere.
Nice save in the back line, keeps it out. Too Many Pelican will go for a shot of their own. We've seen some car switches for the team of San Jose State. I believe both Ace and Cream on the Lightning McQueen, and we're seeing Too Many Pelican go off the Jaeger they were on back in our previous series and onto whatever the heck body they are currently working with. So some not only stylistic changes, but some full body changes as well for San Jose. I don't know if it's a strategic decision, maybe comfort, maybe they just want to go fast, be Lightning McQueen.
They are speed. Cream flipping away from this one. Solid shot. I think that would have been a little bit too high, but Ace plays it regardless. Second player up right there as Boise respects the rotation, stays back right here, and realizes that it is still a 0-0 game.
A minute and a half in. Remember, last time these two teams played, it was Boise State taking things in stride, and not so much here, at least not in game number 1. Exactly 90 seconds through our first game. And Cream will send it home, and they will keep up the streak of assisting their goals.
Love that right there. Love that. Cream getting it. More eyes on top of cars. 3 minutes, 30 seconds into this one, and it's going to be the Spartans here. San Jose going to be striking first, as it seems we might have a little bit of a...
Everybody lost connection.
Everybody lost connection same time, right? So it's going to seem... Yeah, we're going to see a reset of the... at least of this game right here, possibly from the score. We'll get this one figured out as we can talk with some of the folks behind the scenes, figure out what exactly this one means. Reasonable to expect the entire Boise State University squad is going to be playing from the same area, from the same esports center, of course. So perhaps a little bit of electronic or connection issue over there or whatnot. I mean, there was like a kerfuffle. There was like a little bit of miscoordination right there, several seconds before it showed the players were not moving right there. So San Jose, I believe, got their first earned goal in this one. And when we were returned from a very short break, I do believe we'll be resetting at that scoreline. Not sure about the time, folks. We'll have confirmations and all these rules and whatnot coming out of the break when we return.
But yeah, I'm just surprised that the Swain didn't end up moving a little bit sooner. His now, Jana, no flash.
Heal, flash, auto attack, first blood. Froggy is the one to pick that one up, and Evelyn Bot is in the area. Descent does drop the Rift Guard. They're going to look to engage. It's going to be a Cataclysm getting dropped down, but Vagar got pulled into the Cataclysm, which could be trouble.
Ooh.
Down goes Evelyn Bot. Down goes the Vagar as well. Hugs Descent and the support on the one side, but they're going to be the ones to get engaged on. Ultimate coming off for the Malphite onto the Vagar, but the Vagar is still okay for right now. He's going to try to flash the rest of his team as Evelyn Bot is on the look. The Kaylin was left all alone on the backside, and no free Hugs is now left all alone with everybody else from Farmingdale.
That's game!
Both of them are level 4. No Zillion bombs are available right now, which means French Delta Force is going to be able to get in. There's the flash with the flag and drag lands, and El Unicornio in a lot of trouble. French Delta Force not able to get the kill. That one's going to go over to Huracan.
He's dead.
Quite know where he is. Has spotted him out. Here comes the Jarvan over the wall. Multiple members over the wall now as they're trying to get as much damage as possible. French Delta Force able to get the first kill. Now, bearing down on to the Xayah. They are going to get revived by the Zillion, but weak side. It just means they're a sitting duck to give more kills.
There's nothing. Yeah,
There
they
comes the
quite
ultimate.
literally.
Malphite getting in there on multiple members here. Weak side is now starting to join the fight here. Oh, somebody's in stasis, somebody's resurrecting, but it doesn't just matter. They're just all
Hello and welcome. Guys, we get our decisions made quickly here at Esports U. So, what's going to happen? SJSU, San Jose State University, was up 1-0 in the first game. Boise State has elected to just give them that first game. They have the utmost confidence here. Time to light. FBI Toby here with you. Got TTL. Take it away, sir.
With the first game, they scored before the disconnection happened, so instead of fully remaking the lobby, the game itself will go to San Jose State. It was either that or start down 5-0 when they rejoined the lobby. They obviously chose the latter. Can't really blame them on that one. Now up 1-0, San Jose State pretty confident. 30 seconds gone, not 90, I know how to count. And you're already looking at a fairly decent start for Boise State in the second game. A little bit more offensive pressure than we saw in the first 30 of the last game, but there's not going to be as much of a litmus test, nor will they be able to recuperate as early as we may otherwise see in a full 5-minute game.
Speaking of pressure right now, Ace off the side, but that's 2 backboard hits right there for Woozy. Trying to find a third one, or a teammate can find neither. Now the Spartans getting in. The offensive stance right now, up to it. Oh, that's almost in. Almost beautiful. Ace in the face right there. Not going to be enough to rack this one in. Still scoreless 60 seconds in.
Man, it seems like there's some difficulty starting to set in for San Jose State. Nice save by Too Many Pelican, but a double commit, a bar down and out. Oh my goodness, the 4th defender and all 3 previous defenders all stepping up for the defensive side of the Spartans. They are taking advantage of all 4 members attributed to the roster, including the woodwork, it seems.
Yes, sir. Woodwork showing up for both teams right here. A little bit of save action, denying both potential almost goals in this series thus far. Now, right to the middle. Dangerous looks, and that's going to be Cream in game 1. Now Cream in game 2.
And remember, Boise State coming into the series were the #1 seeded team coming out of CRL West. They finished 15-0, winning every single round-robin game 3-0, except for a 3-2 win over Columbia College, a 3-1 win over Columbia College White, and a 3-1 win over Oklahoma Christian University, and a 3-2 win over St. Edwards, but I didn't even know St. Edwards was in CRL, so, you know, discount that for the time being. I gotta be honest, Boise State's a very good team, and San Jose State being up 1-0 again in game number 2 really shows to their strength, because San Jose State was not in CRL last time around.
Oh my goodness, a fantastic shot down bottom from Durtho with the asterisk mark. Can't forget that. Now Preston to the other side. Oh my goodness, the dirtiness being shown here from Preston. Fantastic shot. This is lobbed up. Fantastic pass from Durtho off the backboard. Knows this perfectly into the top left corner or so.
The amount of speed required on a shot like that, not only off the original pass, the pass to yourself off the back wall, but the follow-up shot as well. The persistent kinetic energy taken advantage of by Boise State. At that point, they might as well be physics majors, because what a shot to send that one home. San Jose State can't do a dang thing, even if you're in a good position for that one. Durtho wants a redirection. Talk about geometry for the Octane on the front line. Cherry picks and ends up walking away with a full basket of them. 2-1 Boise State in 9 seconds.
Yeah, the fruit has been harvested here. TTL 6 seconds away from halftime. And a one-score lead is very easy to undo here in the great game of Rocket League, and that is exactly what Boise State has done. Past a little bit now. Looking to get on the offensive yet again. Ace right here getting teammate chased around by opponent. Now that's a nice little pop play up. This is going to be pretty dangerous until Preston leads it back down to the ground gently. Opponent meets them there. Pop up, and that's going to be the second one there from Ace. A really weak defensive stop right here. Not much of a clear. After this is this is a relatively slow ball right here, but they're looking for the pinch off the top bar right there. That's what the defender was doing.
You know, honestly, the fact that Woozy even saves that first shot is absurd. If you have an extra quarter of a second there, I think he gets out of the goal and ends up saving the follow-up shot. Again, a woulda, coulda, shoulda scenario, but still insane. The caliber of these teams, and ever so close they are, shows how consistently close this series may very well end up being. A little bit of a double commit. Too many Pelican. I know their name, I promise. Too many Pelican will make some level of
Brain
touch,
broke.
but that's a problem. Cream will save it, but only as far as Dirtho, and Dirtho will just back away and ends up missing that follow-up touch they were looking for.
Cream off the corner right here as well. No boost really to be spoken of. Preston makes everything work with the boost that they had. Burned a lot of it to get there and made it sing. Nice stop right there with no boost to be spoken of. That's going to be a nice clear off to the middle right now as Too Many Pelicans going to try to clean this up from Woozy. Can't. In decent positions though is Boise State now off the side. Second hit. Nobody's on the opposite side of the field to really come at this one at a good angle.
Boise State still looking good in the offense. Nice touch from Woozy off the back wall. Dirtho will smartly not over-aggress, but Too Many Pelican misses that ball. Follow-up is there by Preston, albeit a few seconds delayed, but it still will not go to the back of the net. Nice rotation and a savior medal for Cream, their third save on the game. Defense showing up on both sides of the pitch, and for both teams at that, and Cream will finally at least relieve that pressure. The Evercell present scalpel ends up turning into offense, and the counterattack sends San Jose State in towards the lead.
This all comes off the back of Cream, not just with the pass off the backboard, but a huge clear right there to take Boise State unawares. We're looking at 11 double-digit shots attempted from Boise State. Only 2 of those made in, both assisted, of course. Other side, only 8 shots San Jose State University, and that looked like a dangerous kickoff for just a couple of seconds here. But really just quality and quantity, going the way of Boise State, but quality going the way of San Jose.
Uh-oh. Not so much quality on the defense.
Okay.
That could have been much more of a problem than it ended up being. Dirtho looking for a shot of their own. That'll go down towards the net, but will be saved away by Ace. Again, persistent defense, just not going to relinquish any pressure they're building. San Jose almost finding another touch. That would have been an empty net, but it was not.
Ooh, almost.
Oh my.
Top left corner on this one. Couldn't quite slot it perfectly, and again, crossbar, sidebars, top bar, everything coming into play on this one, blocking away. Just not 100% perfectly slotted shots. Yeah, excuse me. Promise I can talk. 10 seconds. You know what I meant.
I didn't know. Yeah, of course. I didn't know Boise State was a set of rappers with how many bars they're hitting in this game. They're having so many problems that ending up sending them into the back of the net, and the wrong profession they're looking for. Final second, this will have to go into the back of the net for Boise State if they want to try and come back in this second game, unless they're going to go down 2-0, and an unfortunate touch off your teammate will end things for San Jose State. The Spartans up 2-0 to kick things away in this best-of-7 series. It is the best possible start they could hope for.
Absolutely. Hey, our theme continues here, TTL. Theme continues. Every goal made in, is going to be assisted from a teammate. That's 3 for 3 at San Jose State, 2 for 2 over there at Boise State. Boise State also kind of spread out about as much as they could when you have Woozy on not just saving duties, one for them to do your throw, one for Preston. So a little demo action thrown in there at the end as well. Also, I think it was like 75 seconds left or so that I was quoting San Jose State University's 8 shots attempted up to that point. There was no offense for them whatsoever in the last 75 seconds or so as they end as well with 8 shots right there and still take it home. So fantastic stuff from San Jose.
They were like, we're already winning by a goal. We don't need to score again. We'll just play some defense and throw the timeout. No problems for the Spartans. And I have to say, the fact that we are still seeing that consistent trend of if a goal is scored, it is assisted. It has happened for every single goal except for one in Game 4 of our semifinal. I don't know if this is the case on the Boise State stream or for their Boise State semifinal, but that wasn't on our stream, so it doesn't count, and we're going to keep the stat the way it is. We are cherry-picking stats here, just like Boise State was cherry-picking for a goal in game number 2. And they need to do it a few more times if they want to keep things through. Boise State scored 2 goals in game number 2, and they were both within about 3.5 seconds of each other. Here in game number 1, it takes 11 seconds, and Preston ends up going off the ceiling, regains his flip, uses it, and goes under too many... What?
That's so nasty. It's like
No,
literally
I'm sorry.
jumping upside down off of the ceiling with the reset right there. I've talked about individual performances, and we talked about teams getting broken. Well, with performances like that from Preston, I can be happy with the no assist.
Yeah, honestly, that's a cool way to break our assist streak.
Yeah,
In our 4th game,
yeah.
it was also kind of cool. So the only 2 goals that have not been assisted have also been pretty cool, to say the very least. Kareem was going for a bump, not the save. They ended up finding the save, not what they were looking for, but could be better for San Jose. Durtho up off the wall will end up elevating this one, has very little boost, but will go for the flip. We'll get it, but will not get it around the final defender. Kareem will keep that away.
Yeah, Woozy finding a demo in the thick of things right here, trying to even up the numbers
No
for him
way.
a little bit, and that's a low and relatively slow roller. 47 seconds into this one, and this one just gets a little bit away from Preston, and Boise State has nobody on the other side to answer the door.
Preston was the quickest he could have been. He had 0 boost and was using the wall jump technique of basically keeping yourself supersonic while wave dashing on the wall, and he still couldn't get back for it. That's how quickly, yet ever so slowly, it was. Woozy, double tap, uses the waterfall of the ceiling. Somehow he keeps going for these angles and will find them. It is an assisted goal, and a clean one to say the very least. The fact that that drops so easily, and Woozy reads it from the start. Insane. It seems like San Jose State, just like our current timer, was 4:04. Not found.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, and we get 2 members of San Jose that they don't exactly know what's happening. I think pretty much only Woozy knew exactly what was happening. With that one, get nothing more than a front row seat to the second goal and their lead being stricken from them. Across the middle, that was almost a very dangerous on-point pass.
What?
Boise State. What a stop right here from Durtho, and just taking a little bit off the top and a little bit too far left on that one. Now, a super slow defense right here is going to let everybody on Boise State get back and get boost. Preston, speaking of boost, speaking of getting back, now perfect transition as of right now. A couple bouncing balls. Miss a couple of Boise State members. Too many Pelican bringing this one off the corner. No boost to be spoken of. No boost necessary, at least for ground plays right now.
And you've done more than enough to keep this ball in the offensive zone. Ace does miss. Cream looking for the follow-up. Woozy actually gets bumped into a good opportunity for the ball. Looks for a shot. That'll end up being high, but it still throws off the defensive side of San Jose. And a really good defensive into offensive showing by Boise State, but it does not end up turning into a goal. Honestly, right now they don't need it, but they love a good insurance goal. It'll end up being a centering pass back the other way. Somehow that doesn't go in. Ace now with limited boost is the last one back and just barely saves it. Oh my goodness, San Jose State, go buy a lottery ticket. You just got saved on the back line.
Absolutely. Some luck right now. The numbers going their way. Woozy. A back pass as of right now. A huge clear for Boise State. Ace plays this one off the backboard now as Woozy plays it off their own backboard. Back to the middle we go as this ball has not touched the ground in quite a while. Finally does not, excuse me, as this one continues. Woozy bouncing pass towards the middle right here as that's just a little bit of pressure against San Jose State University. They clear on the other side as Ace is trying to set up something on the left side.
You know, both the ball and the player staying in the air just shows you that the Air Force may be out of this Mountain West Grand Final, but is still making sure that they are making their presence known through the skies. You gotta say, an homage to their fallen comrades. Cream shot on, that'll be denied. Woozy, nice defense, but Too Many Pelican keeps it in this general area and will make sure that this persistent pressure is still there. Boise State has Preston clear 2. Wade dashes off the wall looking for more. Will not have his flip, but flip resets into a pass in the middle. But good patience from Boise State will not over-aggress. Good save from Cream as well.
This reset here from Woozy, tries to get it back up to it, but that's Ace that read this book, knows the chapter, and is familiar with the author. 90 seconds out, San Jose has got to get in the offense, and they've got to get in the offense pretty much right now, and that's just to tie this game up. Time to light.
Still some time remaining, but you'd love to be able to tie this sooner rather than later, not force yourself into a possible last-second goal scenario on either side. San Jose has had much better offense in these last couple of minutes, but it hasn't been good enough to throw off the Boise State defense in order to score. There's the lack of Boise State attack, at least needed, and the double demo by Woozy into a pass across and Durtho scoring. Watch, 2 explosions in the back line, you just heard the second, and Preston puts it off the back wall. Ace, that's the best you could have done. There is literally nothing else you could do after just respawning. Great goal by Boise State, and there's the insurance goal they were looking for.
A great answer there from Ace. Just simply get there. Just simply get there. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you got to get there and you got to make a play, and does as best as they can from a very well set up Boise State squad. That would have been on point, just a little bit off to the left in the 4th score, and definitely the nail in the coffin for game number 3. Woozy. Easy stop and block right there. Easy into a pass, and now across the middle. Durtho is lurking as of right now. But really for Boise State on the other side is too many Pelican trying to stretch this ball to the other side of the field. Gets that taken away right across the middle and almost scored yet again. Trying to get it over Durtho right there, but that's easier said than done. As San Jose just grabbing and grasping right now for some kind of offensive opportunity.
30 seconds left. This is just the garbage time we talked about back in our previous series. I say that, however, and too many Pelican from downtown and beyond the halfway mark ends up sniping that up and over one. That ended up being Durtho point blank, and Preston was too far forward. A miscommunication on the Boise State backline, a very rare commodity for San Jose to take advantage of, and they do. It's back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, just a slightly tighter rotation. We'd still be looking at 3-1 in this game, probably over as it is. A little bit of new hope for life right here. New breath for the offense of San Jose State University, but they're on the wrong side of the field right now. Keeping it up at 0-0 is definitely something this team can't do. They don't want to be relegated to that type of situation. Little takeaway, little shot action, back pass right here. Last bounce territory, 0-0. This is an opportunity for San Jose. Take this back, bring it back, tie it up. But that's just a dangerous ball across the middle and an own goal right there as Member is trying to keep it up. We'll call it a 2-goal game, but this is done in the hopes and the pursuit of trying to keep this play alive and trying to keep some kind of hope for game number 3.
In all fairness, San Jose State not only kept the ball in the air, but they scored with 0 seconds. However, it was A on their own half and B on their own goal. So, in the end, it is still the persistent pursuit of a goal just on the wrong side of the pitch. Valiant effort by San Jose State. And honestly, if they don't overcommit or double commit with about 6 seconds left on that final touch, maybe you're looking at a different conversation, but it's Boise State with the 4-2 lead. We will, again, see all but one, actually make it 2 of our goals unassisted. Both of them pretty clean, to say the very least. It was the too many Pelican goal with about 22 seconds remaining. That was the unassisted one. And you're seeing Boise State still look good in the earlier stages of the game, and this time improve towards the late half.
Yeah, what the shot differential here is 6 for San Jose State, 8 here for Boise State. Also not massive differences right here, but just does kind of spell out the mild advantage that Boise State ended up putting up. Yes, it was 4-2 again. Could have very easily been 3-2 right there. Woozy as well, the fantastic individual play off the ceiling and everything, and then coming down, jumping under the ball to kind of get this one under as players obviously trying to take it over the top right there, as well as 5 demos. We saw a double demo there that really set up the play that ended up spelling out the difference that ended up setting up the 4-2 shot, right? But Woozy right there is doing everything in a bag of chips in game number 3.
Interestingly enough, if Woozy doesn't find that double demo, we're looking at a 22-second goal that ties the game rather than brings it within 1, and you don't see an own goal with 0 seconds left, and you're looking at OT right now instead of a game number 4. Again, alternate universe, different timeline, somebody talking about some snap by a big purple dude, but regardless, it's another 5 minutes on the clock, and still a San Jose State lead, just it's 2-1 rather than 3-0 as we saw in our semifinal, and as we would have seen should that have happened the other way, almost another Boise State goal in the first 11 seconds. This one finally shut down by San Jose, just it took the very last second to do so.
That's going to be enough right there, but not for the continued pressure. Hey, you said a pressure cooker to go, and eventually it's going to explode right here. The members of San Jose just left boostless and without a whole lot of field stretch right here for them to cover and whatnot. Preston puts one over the top, and Boise State advantage 20 seconds in.
You gotta feel bad for Cream. Cream would have jumped earlier if Ace wasn't sitting in front of them, but Ace backflips, so Cream doesn't expect to have to jump up, and as soon as they have to jump up, it's basically too late. They were just as a sitting duck in goal as you get. Too Many Pelican, nice prediction there. At least keeps it away from harm's direction. At least for a few seconds, but not by all that much. And Woozy, oh no! Another miscommunication on the San Jose side. It's taken 37 seconds for two absolute disasters to happen. Ace misses, a double commit on the right side, and it's 2-0 Boise State.
Yeah, the commit over here to the ball as well as to go with the demo. This is the times that going for those demos, not necessarily the move. Because what? I mean, demo comes and then you're in the offense with this player popping up with a third tank of boost, ready to go and ready to get something going defensively. And obviously, no player on the backside rotated to try and field an offensive ball. Too Many Pelican now off the corner right now. Ace down bottom. It's going to be a nice takeaway there from Durtho. Preston keeping the dream alive across the middle. Huge clear, excuse me, all the way down the other side of the field. And that's how you get in the offense, San Jose.
Oh, and it may very well be how you get on the board. Nice save by Preston. Actually clears as far as half field. Woozy almost had a shot on goal. Talk about how you can turn the tables. An Uno reverse card slammed down on the kitchen table, and Boise State almost made it 3-0. But a good bit of presence from San Jose in that midfield keeps it at 2-0. Durtho up again. This one a waterfall down. He's going to go off the back wall. One at the flip reset, but didn't have the boost to go for the ball off the back wall. Again, so close yet so far for Boise State.
A doozy. Hits one on the one corner, hits one on the other corner, but Boise State members aren't quite there, respecting the rotation and getting back in midfield and defensive position. But the offensive onslaught continues now here for Boise State, right across the middle, and both players anticipating a hit from the other, and nobody acts.
I cannot believe Woozy did not finish that. I can't believe Durtho gets around two members in the corner there. Durtho's now looking for a goal of their own. They want to finish it themselves. Woozy, again, almost does so off the back wall. Now he looks for a centering pass, will find it, but Ace will shut it down, and Woozy didn't have the boost to shut it. Durtho, last one back, needs to be careful, cognizant of their current whereabouts, but Woozy, again, a shot forward, and again, saved by the defense.
Cream getting credited with the stop right there. Preston now, waterfall attempt, and that's going to be enough for Woozy. Woozy and two other members, it seems, of San Jose, both coming up to this, but it's Woozy that finds pay dirt.
And Preston could have done one of two things. Number one, you jump off the back wall before you make contact with the ball and try and go around it and send it in yourself. Or two, do exactly what Preston does. Allow it to just passively go off the back of your car. It goes away from the wall, straight to the center of the pitch, and somebody else finishes it for you. Great setup, great finish, great goal by Boise State. And again, you're seeing immense skill by the offensive side, only to be shut down by San Jose State most of the time. The fact is, if you have enough shots, eventually that pressure is going to force something to burst. The scalpel precision for San Jose has not been what it was in previous games.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Incredibly hard played to read, incredibly hard played to execute, regardless. Boise State finding another one there. 2 minutes, 3 goals right here. It's definitely possible, folks, but it kind of seems like Boise State. Yep, and there's another one right here. 4th goal for the side of Boise State, and it seems they just kind of locked down their game plan after reading San Jose and liking the article that they've checked out.
There's nothing you can do to say that. I'm sorry. Woozy just has a good touch and a fortuitous bounce off the ceiling. I think it slightly went off of Cream as well. Cream is in a good spot. Nobody really needed to be back for that. It's just an unfortunate bounce and one that will come back to bite San Jose. This is up for Durtho, who wants to hit it down. It'll go off the back wall, but Durtho finds an unintentional second touch. They were trying to get out of the way rather than into the way. Preston was looking for the goal, will not find it. Stays 4-0, but it's still 4-0. Ace will even miss that one. Becomes a problem because it's an easy 50 in the midfield. Boise State mitigate that pressure I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so, yeah, get it all into offense and try and put a couple up right here. At this point, I think we're talking about, like, how, the negative feelings that comes along with putting up a goose egg on board. 4 scores, 80 seconds or so. It's going to be incredibly difficult. No reason not to try, of course, and one right now would help their opportunities here in game number 4 immensely. Not giving anything up, though, as Boise State are getting back. The offensive position, looking for the backboard. Too Many Pelican interrupts this one, right nosing this one off to the other side.
Time we said Too Many Pelicans' name in a couple minutes as well. We just haven't seen them on the back line. We haven't seen them set up the offense we've known them for through these 6.5, 7 games of play. Woozy does get the demo. Ace now basically alone on the front line. Nice centering pass, but there's Too Many Pelican, only to be beat anyway. Cream alone up front. Good save by Woozy, though. The rotations from Boise State just too quick for San Jose to take advantage of. And Durtho now back the other way. Wants a goal, finds a flip reset, but cannot get around the ball enough to find the touch they were looking for.
Speaking of, Woozy had the boost there at the back end to try and get another flip at this one. No harm, no foul, no change in the scoreline as of right now. few seconds to go right here. Cream gonna get something going, gets beat right there. Nice pass to Durtho and a shot down bottom that does have to be fielded. Nice. Down bottom, Ace coming in with another save. Take a look at their numbers on the other side, and there's the Goose Egg Destroyer. Smashing them, making breakfast out here. San Jose State gets on the board.
This is going to be a game for Boise State, but that goal at a bare minimum is going to build momentum for San Jose. They are saying, oh, we did not get absolutely annihilated. Our attack was at least present in some way, shape, or form in that 5-minute span. We can now take that and build on it in game number, five, not 4. And yeah, this will be a tied-up series. We'll be back to 2-2. San Jose's opening game that was, I'll not say given to them, but was fortuitously put in their general direction, is now stripped away. We're back to dead even. It basically becomes a best of 3.
Yep, best of 5 boiled all the way down to a best of 3 very quickly as this one 4-1 series. And it was a close one, game 2, 3-2 victory there for San Jose State, improving to the 2-score differential, even if last one did come at the last second there for Boise State in this third game. Fourth game now, starting more so to slip away from the San Jose State Spartans. 6 saves total between Ace and Cream as well, and only 2 shots right here. So a 50% shot efficiency, but that's going to be easy to do when you only get 2 of them across a 5-minute period. Time to light.
And on the other side, 13 shots, 4 goals. Yeah, it is quantity, but it is also a fair amount of quality. Woozy, nice couple demos. Preston, a nice shot to send home. You're seeing more and more good follow-ups from Boise State and persistence of their attack. The more they stay on the attacking side, the more mistakes they will force San Jose into, especially in the first 37 seconds of the game. When the game's 2-0 up in the first 40 seconds, you know you're doing something right, and they end up finishing off what they started as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, kickoff plays and Maury here from Boise State, as well as incredibly impressive individual performance. You mentioned earlier, this is the CRL trio that is taken the West by storm right here, and they're doing it now in the best of 7 series here for the Mountain West Conference ESU. Looking at the game, the tiebreaker here in game number 5, excuse me, guys, after, again, San Jose first 2 games, Boise rocketing back games 3 and 4. We'll be looking to see how this one gets started here. Just a couple of seconds.
Down to the best of 3. You said it, tiebreaker game. Woozy, flip reset, already looking for an opening goal. Finds a pseudo ground pinch and almost ends up sending it to the back of the net in the first 8 seconds, but that one will not go home. Durtho still on the offensive side. Preston there after the fake by their teammate and the demo by Woozy. Everybody getting involved in their own special way. Woozy with a demo, Durtho with a fake, Preston with a goal. 14 seconds gone. Boise State starting right where they left off, kind of, in game.
Now, I mean, Woozy 5 demos earlier, I think that's a fair statement here, TTL. Whether it's the direct pass, whether it's the shot themselves from Woozy, or the just aerial acrobatics that seem darn near impossible, or it's going to be the crucial demo onto defender who's about to make a play. Woozy really setting up as the support player here. Boise State so far, really an all-around as well. Preston across the middle. There's another demo from Durtho. Excuse me. Speaking of demos, Durtho gets into the conversation here, TTL.
With Durtho finding that demo, too many Pelicans thought they had an extra teammate back, so they understandably just jumped because they thought they could. But with the lack of an extra teammate, they then become the third man, or in this case, the second man with a teammate dead, and you cannot do anything there. You get beat. Usually you have somebody back to recuperate your losses. Not the case. Almost a follow-up could have been there. Preston still looking for it. Oh my goodness, it just narrowly goes off the side wall. I think that may have been a nail in the coffin for the series if he finds that. He'll still find a demo because he can.
Fantastic job right there from these Boise State players. Both goals coming off the back of demos thus far. And really clean offensive play to this point. Durtho with an attempted stop comes back the other way and puts it down. Almost puts it in themselves. Nose down into that one. Defenders get up, disrupt the best laid plans of Boise State. Still offense happening the way against San Jose. It's too many Pelican, wins the 50. A little assistance from the teammate as well, is looking to get something done. It's Cream right here. Cream interrupting this one. Preston losing possession of this and getting up to it is Ace. 50 neither won nor lost either side until Durtho can pick this one up. Durtho coming in with a vengeance and almost pinches it down off the wall. My goodness.
Pass over for Cream. Ace ends up picking it up. They want to try and get it up and over, but Woozy's already up for it. This is the #1 team from the CRL West. They look like the squad that beat every single CRL team in round-robin play and is headed to CRL Nationals in just a couple days. This is the Boise State we've come to expect in the Collegiate Rocket League scene. You can see exactly why. However, oh my gosh, he missed it. Ace had the widest of open goals, and he looked like me in ranked. Always the most difficult to hit.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just you versus your mind. That's always what I like to say there. We are looking at the best opportunity that San Jose has purchased so far in 2 minutes, and Woozy just bowling right down the left side. No gutter ball on this one, though. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in this Game 5, and Woozy puts him up by 3.
It could have been 2-1. It is now 3-0. 2 minutes and change into this 5th game. Boise State, I will remind everybody, started down 2-0 after a Game 1 theoretical forfeit because everybody disconnected a minute and change into the first game. That was after the first goal was scored by San Jose. And then a Game 2 loss in a fairly close affair. Not really been the case in these last couple games. Game number 3 was, what, 4-1? Or, no, it was 4-2?
Grand 3, 4-2, Boise State, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then game number 4 was 4-1.
Yes, sir.
3-1 based on the last second goal. You get the general idea. It has not looked good for San Jose State since the end of game number 2. It has to sooner rather than later because they're still down 3-0, and it's been a minute since the last goal.
It's tough breaks, but they are now finding themselves closer and closer to the situation they found in last time, which is, you eventually got to chalk up this game and look towards the future and what you can do to improve the mental in that time period. As of right now, it's just getting a single one on because 3-score difference is Grand Canyon of difference here in the great game of Rocket League, especially with only about 100 seconds as of right now. Continued offensive pressure here from Boise State. Ace attempting to get this one out. Gets a little assistance from the teammate and does. Now, right side, big pickup here from Durtho. Back on down to the middle. Perfect pass. That is a roller that is interrupted there from Ace, and they're going to be thankful for it because that one was on point.
We're headed towards that 1 minute mark. With 3 goals the difference, the 1 minute mark is usually the litmus test for most teams. They need to score by that minute mark to make it a reasonable game, if not score within a few seconds of that minute mark for them to have a reasonable comeback. Past that, it becomes a little bit more absurd and unreasonable to say the very least. There's about that minute mark, and there's that first goal. San Jose State are still in this game. However, it still requires that same massive effort and a little bit of help from the defense. Unintentional own goal, the Spartans will take it.
They're making a play on the ball. We'll never criticize that one. It's just a park the bus and flip it backwards type situation there for Cream, and San Jose going to get on the board. As you said, the 60-second drill is so much more reasonable when you're only down by 2, and when again, the egg breaker, you get one just around that 1 minute mark. Attempted pass right here. Ace flipping backwards for it, kind of outside right there. Almost a Rule 1 right here, I think, did get broken up, and regardless, Preston now with a hat trick, pulling the rabbit out the hat. 4-1 here for Boise State.
I don't know who broke the Rule 1, but considering Boise State just scored, I think it may have been San Jose. Ball don't lie, don't break a Rule 1 or you'll get scored on within 3 seconds. That's all I've got to say. The Rocket League gods raining in their hellfire from above, and just Boise State back with that 3-goal lead. 15 seconds a goal. It may be another goal here for Boise State. Flip reset, hesitating, goes under and around, the backflip midair while retaining their flip off the ceiling. No, he finds it off the ball!
Yeah.
Too many Pelican just gets absolutely dusted. Boise State very much deserved to win this 5th game of play.
The depths of Durtho. That's the second time they have executed this play, and off with their heads for the San Jose State University defense. Crazy stuff. Looking to get a similar thing going here, but outside of lightning striking, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times, I think we have our Game 5 winners, which would of course put this onto series points. 6-1 right now, but this is branching into a runaway score because San Jose is just trying to pour it all into offense and just trying to get a goal going. They have one player back here, everybody else just turning tail from that offensive position. They're just trying to get more points, put something in the mental here for game number 6.
Yeah, this is similar to when a hockey team ends up playing empty net, and then
exactly.
a goal is scored on them because they don't have a goalie back. Not too surprising, and it is an understandable scenario for the San Jose side. It is dedicate everything offensively or lose the game, and if you do dedicate everything offensively and it doesn't work, you're going to lose the game by a few more goals, but it's still going to be a lost game at the end of the day. The goal difference does not matter in grand finals. You can lose by 154, or you can lose by 1 in overtime, and it is still just a singular tick at the top of the scoreboard. Speaking of that singular tick, Boise State will take another 3 games in a row to go on to series point after this 5th game victory. 6-1 the scoreline afterwards.
14 total shots to 7 on the other side. Perfect doubling up of Boise State. Can't be really surprised at a 6-1 scoreline. 6-1 scoreline, I think it was much more reasonable to say as about 4-1, given that Boise State just went bonkers, just went bananas there in the last 60 seconds or so. Even saved time, but the mind points again to Boise State and their demos. These 5 distributed as evenly as they can, but Woozy not showing up with the lion's share of these demos right here. 2 teammates coming in, and a couple of these were just nice simple bumps. A couple of these were demos that immediately led into goals there for Boise State.
It is Boise State breaking out the boxing gloves and starting to play physical. I like it. It has happened for a couple games now. They've taken advantage of if a singular player from the San Jose State defense is removed, I don't think that communication is there as quickly to the remaining players of the team. We saw this in this game where the last player was demoed and the overaggression of too many Pelican ended up coming back to bite them. And into the 6th game of play, it could very well be the last game of play. Boise State have been on a roll. 4-2, 4-1, now 6-1, which could really be argued as 4-1, depending on how you look at the offensive side of San Jose. Regardless, it is a dominant 3-game streak. Will it become 4? That is the real question into our 6th game. And will we even see a Game 7? I don't know if it'll be needed.
Not 100% sure. San Jose's got to answer the mistakes they've been making so far, as well as forcing an incredibly good Boise State team to continuously make mistakes. But hey, at least just once. At least just once. A 1-0 win for Game 6, I would love to see that. Either side, really. 1-0s are my favorite Rocket League games. Woozy. No boost to be spoken of, gets that one taken away. Cream burns everything, getting this one up. Pelican, nice shot. That's going to be a backward hit. Just again, kind of park the bus for Woozy, trying to get it going the other side, but this ball is not left the middle part of the pitch until just now.
Woozy looking for a pass. There's that demo again. Durtho, oh my goodness, took out Ace and almost was able to follow up on it. Still some discombobulation on the defensive side of San Jose State, leaving it for Preston. Preston going for a double tap. They'll find it as well! Boise State, you were talking about a 1-0 score. It is already the case in the first 45 seconds.
That's a better situation than San Jose has stared down the barrel of so far. I believe that was 8-second goals, 11-second goals. Longest so far was something about 40, and this one coming in at 45. Now, getting a little bit more aggressive off the kickoff right here, but yeah, Woozy turned tail for boost to begin with, and has plenty of boost to get there for a more methodical and easy stop. Now, Preston off the side. Woozy was talking about them not getting their demos. Perhaps they heard me because they are getting the demo game going early.
Yeah, Durtho, another centering pass. This one not too much of a problem. Too many Pelican will clear. Ace looking for the shot. Gets it right by 1, but not in the back of the net. However, too many Pelican will slot it home. They have made the switch back to the Jaeger after a couple games' time, and they will send it into the back of the net off the back of their car switch. 1 apiece after just about 30 seconds of a lead for Boise State.
Yeah, lead dissolves just like that. 1 minute 8 seconds in right here. San Jose, once again, not going to put up a goose egg in any of these games. In fact, I mean, I guess by the numbers, Boise State's the only team that put up a goose egg in any of these 6 games. That, of course, was the technical issues that was forfeited across game number 1 for San Jose, of course. So, minute 30. Durtho finding a demo to start this one off. Tell me if you sense a theme here for the offense for Boise State.
They are still keeping up that let's get physical mindset. Woozy does more to clear the zone than most of San Jose State did in that instance, but still a good centering pass. Durtho not able to get as much of a touch on that one, at least not towards the net. But still, 3rd man back. Preston looking for a ground pinch, cannot find it. Cream forward position. Durtho will deny that one. And good passive play by Boise State these last couple minutes. But more importantly, they've been able to take advantage of the mistakes of San Jose State and gotten aggressive when they needed to.
This is decently centered right now. That was a bad respawn on the other side. The demo turned into a respawn, turned into this just being an easy block, given that basically spawned into ball right there. Preston. The hit, that's almost on point. And Woozy now off of it almost gets this one past 2 defenders right there, and both playing from very legitimate, respectable sides of this ball as well. Little demo action against Woozy, just reminding them that they're there.
One almost goes in the back of the net. Cream, nice touch off the side wall, but Preston will drop kick that one away, and it becomes a problem. Woozy should be the second one to touch this. I say as Cream demolishes him into the next zip code. He will be removed from contention for a few seconds. But Dirtho, we saw this earlier. Nice little settle. Will at least keep things a little chaotic for the front line of San Jose, only for 4 seconds until it's cleared. And Dirtho into Woozy, shot on goal, saved by Cream.
Man, wish we could get stats on that one, because I guarantee you that was the fastest shot of this series so far. Woozy looking real dangerous, but
wow,
gonna be blocked away right there. And still, Boise State finds the demos right here and just seems to like the numbers game, and those being in their favor.
Too Many Pelican could not have been in a better position. Basically placed themselves on the top of the post between them and the goal. And now they're looking for some offensive pressure. Dartho will get up to the ball first and will shut down that before it starts. Woozy, another touch off the corner. Preston backflips, but the passive play almost works. There's Dartho's shot towards the near post. Catches Too Many Pelican. Predicting early. It's like a PK from point blank range. You have to predict or you're just not going to save it. And unfortunately, Too Many Pelican on the 50-50 shot guesses wrong. 2-1 Boise State.
I think a lot of this is just the fact that Boise State has established themselves as a team that can score from anywhere. So once this ball bounces up and it's not exactly clear who's even making the play on it, it's just like, well, who's actually going at this? And Boise State plays their hand at the perfect time to find this one for the second. 90 seconds to go right here. Preston up for it, back out to the middle. Dirtho picking this one up. Nice little flip-in hit. Didn't pick up any boost on the way, no reset necessary as Preston gets this down. Nicely done, but this ball gets interrupted and sent way sky high, where it'll be hit again until finally cleared out, at least for the time being.
Arthur actually had their flip on that one. Almost ended up using a flip reset into the ball off the ceiling and then off the wall. It rhymed, but it did not dime. No goals scored off the back of it. But Boise State still up a goal. Almost going to be two. It will indeed. Press a nice pass across. Woozy to follow. And 3-1 Boise State. There's the insurance goal. It is, again, something to convert and now something to be scared of if you're a Spartan fan.
Yes, sir. That's Woozy. 5 shots, a couple of saves, and an assist for their first goal right here. That's going to be, like you said, the insurance goal. 60-second drill has been started. This is the San Jose State University. This is the Spartans fighting for their game lives, their series lives, their tournament lives, and for the semester so far here in the grand finals.
Mountain West seemingly will go Boise State's way, barring some level of divine intervention. Call upon the deity you praise. It seems like San Jose State has. It will go bar down. If that goes any further, it'll be saved by Dirtho inside the net. That one sent home. 31 seconds. This is not unreasonable for a San Jose State comeback, but they still need that extra goal, something they've been sorely missing these last couple of games.
Yeah, and then this is the probability of this is going to go way, way down if they don't win this kickoff, and that is not a one kickoff. That's another shot down bottom and a slow ball. Preston turns this from a demo into a nice bouncing ball to re-secure the 2-goal lead. That is brutal as brutal gets. Preston actually does get a hit on this and just immediately follows it up with the demo.
Fact was, Preston found a slight touch, but didn't do so enough to reorient their car, so they wave dash into more supersonic speed, and they find the demo off the back of it. About 6 seconds gone in that one, and Boise State go from only up a goal to back into their insurance level. And I don't know if this one's a game that can be come back from. Cream almost finds a redirection off of an opponent, but will not find it with 10 seconds. It is back to garbage time, and everybody on the offensive zone will end this one. The nail in the coffin by Dirtho. Slap an asterisk on it at the end of their name, or maybe at the end of the game. Boise State could have won this one 4-1. It'll be 4-2 after the game 1 relinquishing.
Dirtho gets a turtle right there for the 5th for their team, and like you said, nail in the coffin. That is this series. Big shout out Boise State winning this best of 7 series in 6-game fashion. 4-2 scoreline as of right there. One of them given over kind of due to technical issues. Yes, so it is very, very important to note that San Jose was up at the time of the disconnect and whatnot, and then followed it up with that 3-2 performance as well right here. So that is something I feel like they can really feel good about regardless of the outcome of this Mountain West Conference and of this game here on the day, of the 6-1 here in the last for Boise State.
I think the first from game 2 to game 5, it was an extremely close series. You're still looking at a scenario of if it was a few different plays, if you saw a different shot into a save or a save back into a shot the other direction, completely different series. And you're looking at maybe a game 7. But again, this is a similar situation to when we saw San Jose State taking on Air Force in the semifinals. It is not an if, buts, or maybes. It is an absolutely dominant series from Boise State. As soon as they got their feet under them, as soon as they started walking, they were sprinting for, well, as many distances as they could find, and a nice little 4-2 series victory.
Yeah, no crawl, walk, run here for Boise State. Maybe a little bit of crawling in the first couple of games. Once again, they set their feet. It was nothing but a marathon sprint here for Boise State. That is Durtho, that is Preston, that is Woozy taking down another one in this 6-game series as of right now. That's going to do it here for Esports U's Mountain West region. Guys, if you enjoyed what you heard, well, go ahead and follow the stream. Follow us down here as your casters. It's FBI_tugboat and everything. Time to light over there. That's TTL Casts on Twitter. I want to give a huge fat shout out to our production staff here on the day as well. That's Colton, and I believe we got Scoots run around there in the behind the scenes as well, making our jobs as casters so much easier, and we very much appreciate them. Speaking of more, and if you liked it, that is 6 p.m. Eastern Time, ECC. That is Super Smash Brothers tomorrow. So that is 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. over here on the West Coast. 7 p.m. immediately one after start time there is a little more Rocket League. That is ECAC, the Eastern Collegiate Athletic Conference. More ECAC action an hour later, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is, of course, for the great game of Overwatch. TTL, do we have anything else for the good people before we do bid them adieu?
Back tomorrow. That's just about it. There's much more Esports U action, not only tomorrow, but through the rest of the week and after the Thanksgiving weeks as well. It's a lot of Esports U action to come your way.
Yeah, absolutely. Tune in then, guys.